Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates and some more daily Battlefront content. In this video I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the blasters available in the Star Wars Battlefront beta and which ones I think is the best ones to use and why. There's only 4 blasters available in the beta, so there's not too much to choose from, but I still found my favorite blaster pretty fast. If we take a look at the blasters available, we can see that the Rebel starter blaster, the A280C, has pretty even stats, whereas the E11 has a higher damage and range but a lower cooling power and rate of fire. Moving on, we have the DH17, a shorter range blaster pistol that has a higher cooling power and rate of fire but lower in the other stats. I noticed that this gun is very bad for longer ranges. Finally, we have the DLT-19, a weapon with a very high cooling power and rate of fire, but a bit lower damage and range. After using all these 4 guns for an hour or so, I quickly realized which weapon I thought was the best ones for different situations. Let's start off with the DLT-19. This is the weapon I would definitely choose if I only got to choose one blaster. The sheer amount of power in this blaster with the rate of fire and cooling power is just excellent. As you can see right here, I can take out multiple enemies at once without even overheating the weapon, and as you see I miss quite a lot of shots as well. This was an issue I noticed with the other blasters, that I usually overheated the weapon if I tried to kill more than 1 or 2 people at the same time. Even though the DLT-19 has a pretty low damage, the rate of fire easily makes up for that, and you can kill enemies just as fast as with the other weapons, if not faster actually. This weapon was by far the best weapon for myself when fighting people at close range and medium range. I tend to mostly hip fire unless people are really far away, as the blasters are pretty accurate when firing from the hip, and it feels like it makes it a lot easier to land the shots when people are actually moving around compared to if you zoom in. So, when do I not use the DLT-19? Well, for Walker Assault on Hoth, at least for parts when you fight over the open areas. For these fights I choose the E11, as it has a better range and damage, which is more important for these long range fights, as you can't just spray the same way you do in close quarters combat. The A280C is fairly similar to the E11, but I do prefer the longer range and higher damage of the E11 for the long range fights of Hoth. I did however not like the DH17 at all. It wasn't bad, but it simply wasn't as good as the others. For shorter ranges the DLT-19 was a lot more effective, and for longer ranges the DH17 is very bad to be honest. The damage drop off felt like it was very high. I have to say though that it doesn't feel like any of the blasters are either useless or overpowered, but they are pretty balanced, so it could be that the DLT-19 is just my personal favorite and that most people will prefer other weapons. It did however feel like I often beat the other blasters, such as the DH17 in one-on-one fights. To summarize, my recommendation for you is to play with the DLT-19 when you're playing in Drop Zone on Sullust and on Hoth Walker Assault when you're inside Echo Base or in the trenches, but switch to the E11 when you know you'll be getting into some more long-range fights. Well, that brings this video to an end. Let me know what your favorite blaster is if you've had a chance to play the beta, and if you're looking for daily Battlefront content, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys soon again, and as always, may the Force be with you.